Uncorked in conversation, where the stories start flowing. Ashley and Dawn keep the good vibes going. Grab your moment, take a sip, tune in. Uncorked in conversation, let's begin.
Hi, I'm Ashley Martin, President and CEO of NIBCO, and I'm here with...
Dawn Bloch, VP and Chief People Officer.
And our guest today is Cody Huffines, CIO of NIBCO. Hi, Cody.
Hello.
Hi, Cody.
Hey, glad to be here.
Okay, so the first question we always ask everyone is, what are you drinking?
It is Jack Daniels and Coke Zero.
All right, well, we have to cheers.
Yes.
Yeah, cheers.
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 All right,
Cheers.
cheers.
Yes, you have to take a sip.
Yes, I do. That's important.
I love Coke Zero, by the way, Cody.
Do you?
So I do appreciate that that's what you're mixing with your Jack.
I was going to say Coke, but
Yeah.
I went with Coke Zero.
Yeah.
So one of the things we want to talk to you about is Project Link. And so recently we did postpone Project Link. So if you could maybe explain some of the reasons why for that.
We did. Yeah, I think to take a step back, all the work that we've done with Project Link has been impressive. I think seeing the adoption and understanding of what we're trying to do with the Milwaukee Valve team has been really super impressive. But I do think that there's complexities that we didn't see to begin with, specifically around data quality, a lot of business process complexities that drove us to saying, hey, we need some more time. And that's where we're at. So we postponed from July 1st to September 1st. And, the biggest obstacle we have right now is just aligning the standard costs. And I think David talked about that a little bit today during the town hall meeting. But that's the biggest challenge. And some of us are going out next week to focus in on that and to see if we can't resolve those discrepancies and get us back to where we need to be.
So we've done, obviously you're working on Project Link still, and we did Project Amplify. What was it, 2 years now?
Mm-hmm.
We've done a lot of integration.
It's been a marathon, Ashley.
I guess it's been a lot for your team recently.
Yep.
And I know it's been a lot of work for everybody, right? Your team, but also Milwaukee Valve, Matt Konorka. I guess, what are some of the things that we've learned from all these back-to-back integrations?
Sometimes it'd be too much. I think
that is a learning.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. It's be careful what you ask for. I think that, it all comes down to people and the passionate, or the passions, I should say, of our NIBCO associates. Will just keep going and do the right thing for the organization. So given the acquisitions, given the challenges that we've had throughout the acquisitions, given the system challenges that we've had, everyone's risen up to those challenges and beyond. But in talking to them, it's like we talk about our growth strategies, and acquisitions is part of that growth strategy. And like, well, Cody, can we just take a break? Just a little break, But I think the spirits are high. People want to see NIBCO grow. And we're certainly growing through the acquisitions, and the business developments that we've had through those acquisitions, I think, have been incredible. I think they're seeing the bigger picture with that. And there's also, family constraints and gone on during the weeks and late nights, et cetera. But I think that they're really pulling through for us. And I appreciate that for them.
Yeah, I would say that even I've seen that in your team.
Yeah.
Even though, like, if I have an ask or something small that I need to have done, even though they are in the depths of the integration, they will still very happily, if they can, be there for whatever it is, that's needed.
Yep.
And still, and I just wanted to say, I've even noticed that in your team.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're appreciating hearing that as well.
But yes, I agree. A break for your team, I do understand that would be nice and appreciated, and I'm sure some other departments would like to have some projects done as well.
Yeah, so I think there's quite a bit of demand pent up with, hey, can we think about this? Can we look at this solution? Even HR.
Yeah, customer service. I know has a wish list.
Marcom. Yeah,
Every
yeah,
department, yeah.
yeah, sales. I mean, you could just name it, finance. But yeah, and it's a good problem to have, right? I think
Mhm.
it's good to see um, the desires to do more and to
Yeah.
facilitate the technology growth at NIBCO. So
Mhm.
So I know we've postponed it to September 1st to go live now, but um for people who haven't gone through like the go live, what does it look like afterwards for Milwaukee Valve?
it's a great question. It all depends on how the go live goes, but in all seriousness, I think that there will be those moments where you're very concerned. And there will be the other areas that you thought would be problems that are not problems.
Mhm.
It really, I look back in my career and we went live with a $50 million SAP integration project, and we had our struggles with it. But once we went live, I was expecting to have so many issues, but no one was calling. No one was,
Mhm.
but you just never know. Ashley, I think it's a great question to ask, and I think also too from a change management and preparedness, it's one of those things that everyone needs to understand. It's not going to go perfectly, and how we respond and react to that is super important as an organization. And to have that support from NIBCO to be there for Milwaukee
Right.
Valve is super, super important
Yeah.
because we've seen things that they haven't seen from an SAP perspective that we need to be there to help them out with. So, yeah, you just never know. You just absolutely never know, which I guess is good and bad maybe, but it's really that having that mental expectation that just be prepared
Mhm.
and be able to pivot and react as needed.
Especially for them, because this is gonna be a whole new, I mean, overnight, everything that they're
Yes.
used to doing is going to be very, very different. So,
Yeah,
aligning what you said,
yeah.
that support for them, right? Understanding it's not gonna, well, it could go perfectly, right? You just said that,
Yeah,
but it may not,
yeah,
right? And just having people there that can help them through that, because that's gonna be frustrating.
sure.
They're gonna be trying to wait, where do I go for this? How do I go for that? And I agree that the whole organization here, I know that we tap into every department and say, hey, who can we deploy for go live to be there to support customer service or whatever the different functions are. And I'm sure it's been appreciated every time we've done it
Yeah,
at Maco, and it will be the same at Milwaukee.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to hear more about Cody. I love all the projects and stuff, but just about you, because I knew you, Cody, but before I actually got onto the executive team, I didn't know Cody, and I've learned all these interesting things about you. I know one thing that Ashley likes to ask is, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing? Like when you were a kid, right? What did you say? When I grow up, I'm going to be doing this.
Oh, I had no idea. Um,
Same.
I
I'm still figuring it out
yeah,
a little bit.
I don't yeah, I don't I mean, I would say, as a kid, I grew up in Texas near Galveston, and I love the outdoors. So my step grandfather would put me in a John boat and push me down a ramp, and I would fish until I was tired, and I'd put a whatever coin it was at the time. I'm not going to date myself too much, but put a coin in the phone and call to get a ride back home.
How would you get the boat back, though, to get the
Well, he
coin
had a
in the phone?
trailer. He had a trailer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So it was a little John boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in Galveston just fishing, but I think, I always envisioned that I would want to do something in the outdoors. I didn't know,
Mhm.
professionally or not, but that was always a passion of mine, just to be outside, and whether it's hunting or fishing, that was it. And at the time, I was always fishing, and over time that I grew up, I appreciated the hunting aspects of things. And so, but that was probably, if you had to pin me down, that would probably be something that
Mhm.
I would be looking forward to doing. Now, if I was, fishing for a living, I don't know if I'd like that too much,
You could have a
but
show.
yeah,
There's fishing shows.
maybe so, maybe
I like
so.
Swamp People. Have you ever seen that
I
one?
have, yeah, down in Louisiana.
That's right.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple
That's an
times.
interesting one. Yeah, so I mean, there's all kinds of, different
There
things you
is,
could have
yeah,
done with it. Yeah.
there is. But yeah, it's probably anything outdoors.
Mhm.
So, what's the most interesting or unique animal, fish that you've hunted or caught?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, no, I think, well, I'll start with fishing first. a bucket list fish that I've never caught yet is still on my bucket list to go out and catch, and that's a wahoo. And I tried last year in the Bahamas. Couldn't
No
I was
dice.
going to
didn't make
ask, where is this fish typically found?
it's Florida's Bahamas is
Okay.
a typical area that I try to target for them.
Is it a big fish or a smaller fish?
It's a bigger fish.
Okay.
It's a bigger fish, and they can 100+ pounds as
Oh, wow. Okay.
a wall mounter, so to speak.
Mhm.
My wife would probably have some challenges with that, but we'll wait for that to happen. But we do love, I mean, for fishing, one of my favorite fishes to catch is tarpon.
And where do you?
Saltwater.
Okay, where do you catch it?
Saltwater. Yeah,
Thank you.
saltwater.
You can tell Dawn and I don't hunt or fish.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, a tarpon. I wonder what that one looks like.
Yeah, it's called the Silver King.
Okay. Is that the one you have mounted on your wall that we see?
No, that's
Okay.
another bucket list. There's many bucket lists.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
I got lots of bucket list stuff too.
Yeah, that's a rooster fish.
Okay.
So a rooster fish is a bit unusual, and that was on the bucket list for a while, and I ended up catching that in Costa Rica, which I do have, if anyone's been on the call with me, mounted behind me. It's actually not the real fish. It's a replica of it. So
Because it wears Santa hats in the holidays.
it does. It gets really festive. I don't know how it happens, but I show up in the room and it's got some costumes on from time to time. Hunting, that side of it really depends. I think, if I had to pick one of the top ones, it's probably turkey hunting. Just because the challenges with it, and
Okay, what are the challenges first? And then
Yeah.
do you eat the turkey that you get for Thanksgiving?
it could be.
I didn't think that was going to be a hard question.
It
I have
could
to be
be.
honest.
Because you eat most of the things that you catch and
100%
hunt.
of everything.
I thought you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
100% of everything. It's not the quality of a butterball that you'd get at the local supermarket. It's a little bit more gamier, but it's just a challenge of the hunt. They're intelligent enough to be difficult, and you have to be very camouflaged and still and scout and everything else. But then there's other hunts too, big game hunts, black bear and elk that I've really enjoyed. But it really just depends on what you're looking for to hunt. It's just can't get enough of it. I enjoy it. The camaraderie with friends and family and so forth is good to be a part of as well.
So you have a group of people that
Oh,
you
small.
a small group of
Yeah,
people.
I mean,
that
it's
you,
like one. But no, I'm just teasing. There's a couple of folks that.
Hey, sometimes that's solidified. I get
Yeah,
it. Just one
yeah,
person. Sometimes.
yeah. It's a small group.
Yeah.
So what's the last hunting trip you went on?
Turkey.
Okay, the one before turkey, because we know that's your favorite.
Yeah. Sandhill crane
Mm.
hunting.
Oh, and what's the nickname? You told me the nickname. What is it
Ribeye
called?
of the sky.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
right. The ribeye of the sky.
Yeah, it's a unique bird.
Where do you
It's
where
a
do you go
unique
for that?
nickname, I have to be
Ribeye.
honest.
What's that? Sorry.
Where do you go for that?
I've hunted them in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas.
Oh, okay.
So some states it's not legal to shoot them.
Oh,
so
okay.
you have to find the states that it is from a conservation perspective.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, I was last year was Oklahoma and Kansas, and then we're gonna go back again.
Is there a location that's on your bucket list to go hunting or fishing that you haven't made it to yet?
Yeah, I think West Texas. There's there's a couple of different sheep varieties that are extremely fun to hunt in West Texas. Audads and bighorns. Bighorn sheeps are out there on my future bucket list
Yeah.
to hunt.
I knew the bighorn. I don't know the other one.
Audad.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I hadn't heard of that one
Mm-mm.
before.
Yeah, they're
You're gonna have to show me a picture
I
sometime.
will. It's a unique looking animal. Actually, it came. Well, we can get into this, but it came from Africa and moved
Oh.
over to Texas. So, and other parts of it, not just Texas, but other
Yeah.
states as well.
Well, something we normally talk about with people, typically in the beginning, which we kind of skipped over with you, but is your leadership journey. So you've been with NIBCO since 2015, right?
It is, yeah.
Yes.
11
But
It's been a
years.
while,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Yeah.
okay, 11 years isn't that long. I mean, it is and it isn't. But okay, so tell us about your story and how you
Sure.
got started and how
Sure.
you got here.
Yeah. It's a long story, but I'll keep it short. um, from like the high school age, a lot of my friends were going off to college and I wasn't ready. And so I was like, well, I got to go to college. And so I went to Stephen F. Austin in Nacogdoches, which is
Hey.
a familiar place.
Yes.
I had no idea about NIBCO at the time, but I was there for about a year and decided college wasn't the thing for me. And so I enlisted in the Navy. So I was in the Navy for 4 years on submarines, which is a whole nother podcast probably. But after I got out, went back to school in production operations management. Was my degree, and then started to work for a company that was in manufacturing, and we implemented SAP. And someone said, "Hey, Cody, you'd make a great consultant." I'm like, "I don't know what that means, but I'll take the the journey." And so I consulted for about 6 years doing SAP implementations. And the company that I was working at, the last company I was working at, offered me a job to say, "Hey, quit traveling, come work for us." And so I said, "Perfect." And then I traveled even more, so it's like, well, and a lot of overseas travel, um, but was still doing IT work, and then moved to Southwest Michigan after that, and was at a company there for about 6 years, doing different IT roles. I think I had within 6 years 5 different IT positions.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a lot, and then I decided to go back for my master's at Notre Dame, and so I finished that program while working and being a dad, and it was just really tough.
That's a
Um,
lot of things to juggle.
Yep, and then moved temporarily to a different company, but then NIBCO called, and the opportunity here for the CIO position, which after talking through the interviews and getting through the initial rounds, I was like, this place is awesome. I always said it's not normal in a good way, because the investment in technology is one thing, but the adoption of technology and business leadership combined is one. It's not normal. It's not. And all the corporations that I've worked at, it's like you got IT out there, you got HR out there, run the businesses over here, And here at NIBCO, it's more of a family. It's a integrated, cohesive unit that a lot of organizations miss.
Yeah.
And I honestly still believe Rex was a huge part of making that happen. Every time I go into the boardroom and I see Rex's picture there with the computer, this is why. And I think that's really, really comforting to know and to appreciate as an organization of why we have that unity between the organizations is, I think, is because of Rex.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Rex, I will say, was a big proponent of technology always. And he, even in his, personal life, I think we were probably some of the first people to have a computer at our house and have a big screen TV. Yes, he loved the
I didn't know that.
technology.
Yeah.
Even he proudly told me this. He was like, "We had the first wave runner on the river."
Oh, really?
I was like, "Okay, good to know."
Yeah.
He's a trendsetter.
Yeah, he is.
Trendsetter.
That's awesome.
I remember when I first started here, we had just switched over to SAP. So, I mean, like literally months. And people were in that phase still. And it was also brand new to me. But I remember hearing, Cody, you correct me if this is an incorrect statement, but I remember hearing that we were one of the first U.S. companies to adapt SAP, isn't that correct?
Well, I do a global release of it as
Okay.
well. Yeah. I mean, it was one of the first, and there was actually a study done at Indiana University,
Mm-hmm.
a case study, I think,
Yeah.
of that. So if the folks want to go out and, read through the documentation of that, but it's well documented
Yeah.
that it was a kind of what we call from a technology perspective, the bleeding edge,
Yeah.
being out there, being the first,
Mm-hmm.
taking the cuts before everyone else and figuring out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was NIBCO.
Yeah.
That
And
was
I do
NIBCO.
believe that was driven by Rex.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
100%.
all these people around me would be like, frustrating learning the system. And I was just like, I didn't know any difference. So it was good. Good for me. And it dates back so far that when I first started,
Sure.
now I'm dating myself, it was like your monitor, it looked like a TV.
Oh, yeah.
The little white box with a
Mhm.
big back. It looked like your small
That
little
was
TV at
CRT.
home.
Yeah.
That was our computers.
Yep. The green screens and
Yeah, that's right.
everything else.
Yeah.
Well, Cody, you had a great story about Rex. Do you have any stories about Alice that you can tell?
I do. Yeah. No, there's one that comes to memory. It's really vivid. We did adopt a family in the winter time frame, and we were actually teamed up together, Alice and myself, at Target, Super Target, and
In
I guess
Mishawaka, right?
Mishawaka. Yeah.
Shopping for your adoptees, I'm assuming?
We did. We have
Yep.
a long list. We had a long list. We always have a long list. And I just followed Alice. Alice said, "Hey, I got a great idea. Come with me." So I said, "Fine, I'll push the cart." And so
Well, at least you knew your role.
I
Right.
did. Yeah, no, I did right away. But Alice went up to the various departments and found a Target associate and said, "Hey, here's the list of things that we need in each one of these areas." And they would go off and find everything. And they'd come back to the cart and dump it in the cart. And Alice would say, "Thank you very much." And
Move to the
off
next
we went to the
department.
next department. And she'd find the next Target associate and say, "Hey, here's our list of supplies, school supplies, whatever
You
it was."
had to be the first pairing done. I mean, you had to be so much
Well,
faster than everybody
we were
else.
quick.
Yeah.
We were quick. Yeah, it was.
You knew how to use your resources.
Yeah, Alice was smart. She knew.
That is so smart.
She knew. But she worked it, right? She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there
Go to
and-
electronics, say, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I need from here. And they went
Yeah.
and gathered it. And
yeah, it was nice.
that's very nice. I'm wondering if we were to go to Target today, if we could pull that off, Ashley. Walk in and say, okay, here's what we need from groceries. You go fetch
Yeah,
it.
I don't think we can.
No, she had a way.
She
Yeah.
had
She had a
a
way.
presence about herself that she could make things like that
Yeah.
happen. That's a great story.
No, it was
Thank
wonderful.
you for sharing that.
You
Yeah.
bet.
Well, I appreciate you being on the podcast, Cody.
Yeah,
Thank you for
absolutely.
talking about all different kinds of things. And cheers.
Cheers. Great.